How many guys watched the full moon blood sacrifice last night, also known as the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight? Notice that they're wearing all black. More of a funeral, I would say. More of a ceremony, a sacrifice than anything else. But notice their faces, not a single bump, not a single bruise, guys. This was the hardest time he slapped him before the fight.
Many of you may not agree with me when I say this, but the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson that some of us watched last night and many of us are still talking about today was a energy harvesting humiliation ritual. There is no coincidence that a few days before this fight, Mike Tyson did an interview with a young lady saying and downplaying his own legacy.
So after such a successful career, what type of legacy would you like to leave behind when it's all said and done?
Well, I don't know. I don't believe in the word legacy. I just think that's another word for ego. Legacy doesn't mean nothing. That's just some word everybody grabbed onto. Someone said that word and everyone grabbed on the word, so now it's used every 5 seconds. It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm going to die, and it's going to be over.
Do you know that Jake Paul admitted to using demons to win his fights? Watch this.
Team breathwork session, which is a ritual we've done for every fight. We basically charge up with our breath. And it's like a deep, long meditation. The first session I ever did, it's so powerful. I started crying, I started laughing.
And we're using a breathwork technique to go into a non-ordinary state.
It just brings up so many emotions,
So he says we're going to use a breath technique to go into a non-ordinary state.
But there was so much symbolism throughout the whole thing. And I already know that this was a humiliation ritual.
Hello, and welcome to Influencer Police, a place where we expose the lies, the cheating, and the dirty ways of these filthy influencers.
It's looking like a satanic ritual. It's looking like a humiliation ritual. It's looking like nothing good, motherfuckers. I'm Chief Coconut. This is Influencer Police. And buckle the fuck up. Okay, so if you watched my last video about this, just scratch everything I said. Just scratch it all. I have been looking far more into this Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight, and it's definitely looking like some kind of humiliation ritual and satanic ritual. So first of all, I want to start off by saying that this fight was scheduled on a full moon, and not just a full moon, but apparently a super moon, which is like the energy harvesting is at its fullest on a supermoon, okay? And if you guys aren't aware, the Satanists, the globalist elites, the Freemasons, the Illuminati, all that jazz, all these motherfuckers are the same, okay? They love to energy harvest. They love rituals. They love humiliation rituals. It's part of being in that club. You have to go through some really shady shit. You have to sell your soul. You have to do some crazy shit to be a part of that club, okay? And when we talk about Jake Paul, it seems like he was initiated into this club kind of a while back. And he showed signs of this because one thing that these crazy motherfuckers do is they love dualism. And you can see that in this fight. You can also see it with some of Jake Paul's marketing. There was the one point where his Instagram profile picture was black and white, so that dualism. And so when I first saw that, I was like, oh, okay, all right. And when we got into this fight, you know, you saw Mike Tyson in the all black, you saw Jake Paul in that silver, kind of light silver. That's also kind of seems like dualism right there. But also, when Mike Tyson came out in all black and all of his crew was all black, some people are comparing that to The Matrix, to a funeral, and dark energy. And apparently, even in the fight, the announcer, when he was announcing Mike Tyson, mentioned The Matrix. And we have to keep in mind that everything is calculated. Everything is calculated in the media and these like big events. Everything. So they don't say things just to say things. It is all planned out, all calculated. Like, that was a script given to this announcer dude and he fucking said it, bitch. And they always tell us things in plain sight. It's part of the club. They have to tell us. Because they believe that if they tell us what's happening, then they won't get bad karma. Really sick shit. So you see that all throughout times. Whenever something really shitty happens, usually they would have told us before, and we just didn't catch on to it. Well, some people do. People are catching more onto it now because it's just so blatantly obvious and we're all kind of awakening to it. But it's happened time and time again. So, in this fight, we have Mike Tyson, first of all, showing his rear end.
Netflix just revealed how many people it took to break their servers, and that number was 60 million. Netflix just posted this: 60 million households around the world tuned in to watch Paul versus Tyson. Remember when you got frozen right on this scene and you just couldn't get this scene out of your mind, no matter how hard you tried?
Which... apparently, we all know that Netflix was like buffering the whole night. And people are saying that that was also feeding into the energy harvest, because when they energy harvest, they're not harvesting good energy. Oh no, that doesn't feed their satanic souls, honey. They're harvesting negative energy. They're harvesting our low vibration state. When we are angry, when we are annoyed, when we're sad, that's the energy that they're harvesting, and that feeds into their fucking nasty satanic fucking cult. Okay, so when people are also saying that when Netflix was buffering, that was feeding into our energy. But I found something interesting is some people are saying that when Netflix buffered, a lot of people are saying that it buffered and kind of froze when Mike Tyson's rear end was exposed. Now, I have a couple questions about that. One, this is on Netflix, and I'm sure a lot of children were watching this fight, which I know they were. So why would the cameraman pan down and show Mike Tyson's rear end? What does that do for anyone or for us? People are saying that feeded into the humiliation ritual. But also it's just like, what is that? So that was weird. And like, I don't get it. Like, what the fuck is this? Also, I'm kind of just like, why was Mike Tyson just walking around like that? Like, is he comfortable like that? Like, did he know the camera was going to pan like that? What is happening here? That was weird. Second of all, let's talk about the contracts in this fight.
Have y'all seen the rules for this fight, bruh? This is clearly rigged. Look at this. So first of all, Mike Tyson's gonna get paid more money to lose than to win. Secondly, he gets penalized for knocking out Jake Paul in the first round. And he's only gonna get paid a little bit of money if he knocks him out in his second round. So to make the most money, he has to survive all 8 rounds while avoiding knocking Jake out. On top of that, it has to go to decision, but the problem is Jake Paul chose the judges. This is crazy rigged, bro. If I'm Mike Tyson, I'm gonna just knock him out anyway. Please, just do it.
So more and more is coming about these contracts. And basically, allegedly, it says that each round, if Mike Tyson were, let's say, to knock out Jake Paul the first round, allegedly he would have gotten no money. That is allegedly in the contract. If he knocked out Jake Paul first round, nothing. He would get nothing, allegedly. And I believe every single round, if he were to knock Jake Paul out, or if he were to really put in the energy and fight, he would get less money. So apparently he had to withstand all 8 rounds to win money, but also, allegedly in the contract, he had to be so bad at fighting that Jake Paul had the obvious win in order to get all the money. Well, this is alleged. And also with that, Jake Paul allegedly apparently handpicked these judges. So what do you think the verdict's gonna be when you handpick judges? His fucking like production company or his fucking boxing company or whatever, that was the one that held this whole fight. So it was already sketched from the beginning. Now, I also want to talk about the symbolism that went on in this fight. A lot of hand symbolism was all throughout this fight. First of all, you have Logan Paul, who fuck Logan Paul, okay? Can't stand that guy. We had Logan Paul and Jake Paul before the fight seen in a dressing room. I don't know where the fuck they were, bitch. But they seem to almost be doing some kind of ritual. And Jake Paul is holding up the 666 sign, which I hate saying that like out loud. Like, I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with the energy. I don't even like saying it, but we have to talk about it. He was holding that symbol up. It's a certain symbol that you make when like you put your thumb and what the fuck finger is this? Your pointer finger? You put it together and then the 3 other fingers are up. It looks like a 666. And he was doing that and they were saying something. He was moving his hand up and down and Jake Paul's like feeding into the energy and it was really fucking weird and gross. And that was caught on camera. Point blank period. Also, Jake Paul in interviews has said that before every single fight, he goes on the ground and does breath work that whoever's like doing that with him said it puts him in an unordinary state. He also mentions that this is a ritual and a meditation and it brings him to an unordinary state and that's how he starts his fight. So a lot of people are thinking that he is summoning demons. And now that I'm putting all this together, I'm like, okay. So Jake Paul is farther in this club than I realized. And I don't fuck with that. But also, apparently, allegedly, I didn't catch this while watching this. Honestly, guys, I was a little lit watching this, so I wasn't really taking it all in. But apparently on the jacket he wore when he was first entering the podium, the stage, the boxing ring, he had a Skull and Bones jacket on. Are you kidding me? Y'all, if you're not familiar with what Skull and Bones is, it's basically a secret society that was, I believe, first formed years and years and years ago in Yale. And it's like the upper globalist elites. It's one of their secret societies. And I'll say allegedly satanic. He was wearing that. Allegedly. Do you think that's a fucking coincidence? No, nothing is a coincidence. I'll tell you one thing right now. Nothing in this world is coincidence. Okay? So, we have that going on. But then another hand symbol that I saw throughout the fight was the announcers. There is this one woman that is caught holding her mic a very weird way. And she was holding up a devil hand sign with her hands. So if you guys aren't familiar, there's a lot of symbolism. There's a lot of hand signals. There's a lot of different things that these secret societies will do to show their allegiance, to summon demons, to do their rituals. And it basically it's like a signal to the others. They're part of the club. They have to do it. It's part of being in the club. But from them doing all this, it also shows us what is going on and who these people really are. So we have one announcer lady holding up the fucking symbol, the devil symbol. I don't even like saying that word, but I have to for this video. we have her holding up that symbol as she's like talking about the fight. Yes. Okay. So we have all this going on. We have the dualism, we have the symbols, we have the jacket, we have what seems like satanic rituals taking place before the fight. But we have the buffering, we have the mention of the Matrix. But we also have to keep in mind of the energy harvesting that was happening. And obviously when this fight was happening, we were all kind of just like, what the fuck? And kind of annoyed, disappointed, maybe sad, frustrated, angry, because Mike Tyson was just not doing much at all. Like, I think he literally only threw like 18, 19 punches throughout the whole fight. And people are saying, compared to the training videos of him that we saw, it's just not adding up, because he had so much momentum and had so much energy and charisma in those training videos. And when he gets to the fight, it seemed like he was holding back everything. And we also saw him biting his glove a lot. And people are thinking he was biting his glove just to like restrain himself from not going full beast mode on Jake Paul, because he wanted his money. He had the contracts allegedly, and he couldn't. If he wanted his money, he couldn't. Some people were hoping that he would say fuck the contracts and just do it anyways and just claim that he was a bad bitch. But that's not the way it turned out. But also, within the fight itself, you had some weird shit going on. So apparently there's this one scene where Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are like, I don't know their exact word in boxing when they're like hugging each other to like kind of like put a pause on things. But as they're embracing each other, people are saying that they could see Jake Paul whisper and say something into Mike Tyson's ear. And then they break apart. And right after that moment, Mike Tyson acts completely differently and almost like doesn't even try. So some people are thinking that Jake Paul reminds him like the contract. Like, calm the fuck down, the contract, like you're doing too much. Because I think before that moment, Mike Tyson was giving more energy. And right after that moment, apparently, allegedly, that's when Mike Tyson pulled back a lot. Now, we have a little bit later in the fight when Mike Tyson got that jab to the neck, or I don't know if that was an uppercut. I don't know boxing that well, but he definitely got Jake Paul. And right after that, Jake Paul sticks out his tongue to Mike Tyson. I don't know if y'all saw that, but he sticks out his tongue to Mike Tyson in this like devilish way. Now, something also that is in this satanic cult symbolism is sticking out your tongue. That is part of it. So it almost seemed like, some people are saying it seemed like that was like him trying to remind Tyson to calm the fuck down and like to take it easy. But I also think that that was just him being satanic and doing more symbolism. So it could be either or, it could be both. I don't fucking know. But again, after he did that, Mike Tyson pulls back. So basically, this was one of, apparently, allegedly, one of the most streamed events to take place ever. It's making a lot of sense now as to what happened. And the fact that there was allegedly a super moon on this night really, for me, solidifies what really went on, because they were energy harvesting. And just all the symbolism in this event. Now, I also want to talk about that pigeon that Jake Paul had, because I saw interviews of him talking about the pigeon, and he was making jokes like he was going to fry it up. And I'm like, oh, no. Fuck you. He said that Mike Tyson didn't want this pigeon because it wasn't like a $50,000 pigeon, which, did y'all know that there's $50,000 pigeons in this world? Like, what is going on here? Apparently his team lied to him, and he really got a $50 pigeon to give to Mike. So then, like, Mike didn't want it and said he was going to feed it to his falcon. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Okay, calm the fuck down. We don't need to feed this beautiful pigeon to a falcon, and we don't need to cook it for dinner. I don't know if these are jokes, I don't know what, but like, can this pigeon please be like put in a sanctuary, or like, can it be out of the hands of Jake Paul, please? Because if he's anything like Logan and that animal track record, please someone go get this pigeon. Please someone go get this pigeon. So, no. No, I originally thought that him bringing the pigeon was kind of funny. But now I'm like, actually, someone go save the pigeon. So, please someone go get that pigeon. Because that pigeon's cute. I fuck with that pigeon. I would keep that pigeon. But, yeah, so I'm a little concerned about that. And I'm like, I'm actually kind of scared that they use that pigeon for, like, some kind of ritual. Because you know that these motherfuckers do that, too. I'll say allegedly, but we know what's up. So, yeah, there was a lot of shit that went on in this fight. And I'm trying to think, was there something else that I'm missing, bitch? Like, I went on a whole deep dive, motherfucker. But, oh, yeah, there is one other thing. So, a lot of people were also calling that this whole thing was rigged and, like, staged. Because there was an interview of Mike Tyson talking to this little girl. Did I speak? Little girl. And the little girl is asking Mike Tyson about his legacy and how she's excited to see this fight, him actually fight. You know, she's hella young. She wouldn't have been able to watch him in his prime or anything. And they're just kind of having this conversation of legacy. And Mike Tyson just answers really, like, dark and kind of demonically, saying, like, legacy is nothing, and, like, he's just gonna die and be dust, and no one will remember him, and legacy isn't important, and all this just, like, weirdo shit.
For kids my age to see the legend Mike Tyson in the ring for the first time. So after such a successful career, what type of legacy would you like to leave behind when it's all said and done?
Well, I don't know. I don't believe in the word legacy. I just think that's another word for ego. Legacy doesn't mean nothing. That's just some word everybody grabbed onto. Someone said that word and everyone grabbed on the word, so now it's used every 5 seconds. It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm going to die, and it's going to be over. Who cares about legacy after that? What a big ego. So I'm going to die. I want people to think that I'm this, I'm great. No, we're nothing. We're just dead. We're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That is something that I have not heard before, someone say that as an answer. So thank you so much for giving me that kind of idea as well.
Can you really imagine somebody say, I want my legacy to be this way when you're dead? Why do you want somebody, you think somebody really wants to think about you? What's the audacity? I think, I want people to think about me when I'm gone. Who the fuck cares about me when I'm gone? Well, my kids, maybe, grandkids.
True.
So people were, when they saw that, they're like, oh yeah, he's gonna lose. Like, this whole thing is rigged. But I just thought that was like super dark energy, and like, why is he talking to a little girl like that? And like, so that was just like a super low vibration answer, and really weird to me. Really weird. So yeah, this whole thing 100% seems allegedly rigged and staged. It definitely seems like a humiliation ritual. I mean, this was bad. This was really bad for both of them, honestly. They both look like horrible. No one thinks any of them look good. Jake Paul looks pathetic as fuck for fighting an old man and like wasn't even good at fighting. Mike Tyson looked bad. He barely even fought at all and seemed like he was holding back, and he did last all 8 rounds, but I mean, he did look tired in the end from like lasting the 8 rounds. But in reality, if he was probably going to win that fight, if he actually tried, he would have ended it hella early. It is what it is. So I'm actually, I gave my energy to that. So like, oh hell no, bitch. And a lot of us gave our energy to that. So we were feeding into their demonic energy harvesting ritual. And I don't fuck with that. And that was actually the first Jake Paul fight that I've ever watched. Because I don't, like, have pay-per-view. I don't buy pay-per-view. Like, I am not gonna, like, put my money into that bitch. But now I'm kind of just like, would I ever watch another fight with him again? I don't know, because now he's really seeming like he is infiltrated into, I'll say, those clubs way more than I thought. Now, I already knew Logan was, like, I'll say allegedly the scum of the earth. I for some reason thought Jake was a little better, but honestly, I think they're both just, like, in that club and really fucking nasty people. And I'm going to keep an eye out and see what other symbolism comes to play and what more comes to light. Because I don't fuck with this, motherfuckers. I don't fuck with it at all. And I'm actually annoyed, which they're probably really happy about, that so many people gave their energy to this fight. All by design. So that is the symbolism and the things that I found from this fight. If you guys noticed anything else in this fight that I did not talk about today, please comment below and we will discuss in the comments. But that is what I have so far. So we all need to think twice before we turn on these motherfucking events. For real, honey. But also, actually, one other thing is, you know how, like, when the girls fought and they gave it to that girl who appeared to allegedly be cheating and headbutting the other girl and just blah? People are saying that could also feed into the energy because people are pissed about that. That's more energy being taken. And I'll leave it there. So please subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Please like this video. It really helps us out. Please join memberships. They are live. I believe to find it, there's like a join button. Like somewhere below my video, that's going to say a join. And you click join and then my membership should come up. If you guys have a problem finding that, please let me know. And yeah, so yeah. Also, please hit the notification button so you never miss a video. And I will see you in the next one. Don't take my energy, baby. Don't take my energy, baby. Your negativity, your vibration, your vibration. I do not need it. I'm a hype bitch. Don't take my energy, baby. Don't take my energy, baby. You're sick motherfuckers and we're on to you. Subscribe.